Well, I'll start with you. Can you tell us a little bit about Gold's corporate work culture and how that affects stores and employees?
Well, clearly we're in a business that attracts people from everywhere. Our customers cross the entire spectrum as we're open, mostly 24/7, 362 days a year, and we need to be able to accommodate all. And we also need to be able to reflect the communities in which we operate. So it's very important to us that our culture is inclusive and that all who enter our doors are welcome, whether they are our customers, whether they work with us, or whether they're both.
Can you tell us a bit about how your company has actually engaged with high schools and some of the agencies to make all this happen? Mike?
Before I do that, could I just say a couple
Sure,
of thank
absolutely.
yous? I want to thank personally Laura Clapper for actually driving and spearheading the nomination. This is pretty amazing and pretty humbling, and actually it's hard to speak right now, so thank you very much for that, Laura. I want to thank Brian Basic from ACCES-VR, employment specialist. I like to call employment specialist extraordinaire because of all the work that he does, and I hope your leadership team, I'm sure they know and appreciate all that you do, because really a lot of the work and different tentacles of what we do has really sprung off of something we created about a year ago, with Brian first contacting us with an idea, and then we took it, from that point beyond. So I'm sorry, your question. What do we do? So I think what we should do first is I want to actually ask some more folks to join us up here, because this is the answer to that question. Barbara, Riorina, for sure, I want you to come up. Renee Riley, John Purdy, Paul Riley. Paul, you can hit stop. I asked Paul to record this because I want to show my 11-year-old later. That's how proud I am of this. So we'll have to hold it at that point. But this is the reason that we do what we do. And probably the biggest attribute to everything we do are these folks here, people like this, our teammates, because as we all know in business, the best laid strategies, the best laid plans usually are typically not flawed. Where strategy gets flawed is when it comes down to the nuts and bolts and the execution of good strategy. And we have embedded throughout our entire culture just good practice and good execution and good belief in our value system rooted in community and all that we've done over the years, but carried out by folks like this when you have different events and different programs going on corporately, all the way down to local level like the Rensselaer County ARC, and then we have an event where we have individuals actually execute the hiring, and that's really where it happens and what makes it happen.
Now, over the past year, you started with the Hiring Advantage Edge Mentoring Days. Can you tell us a little bit about that? How does that work?
I would love to. That's what most of these photos are about. So it all started about a year ago with a call from Brian that asked us to participate in the ACCES-VR on-site mentoring day. I think it's a very good practice. It's been the traditional on-site mentoring day that we have during National Disability Employment Awareness Month. So Barb and I said, well, that sounds great, but what do we want to do? What do we really want to achieve out of this? And what's the end game here? Because we don't, in the spirit of innovation, which Market 32 is also, by the way, really innovative, trying to be progressive and evolve in this ever-changing marketplace. I want to invite lots of people. I want to transcend all different groups. I want to hire different groups of people. I want to appeal to different areas. And in Brian's partnership, and then we got folks like John Robinson involved, we created this concept where it wasn't just about one organization or one particular target audience. It was about everybody. It was about our internal employee base. It was about ACCES-VR. It was about local ARC organizations and high schools, BOCES programs, and we marketed the heck out of the thing. And what we did was we designed a one-day experience where individuals would come in that were candidates, and we give them a really solid set of curriculum on how to, give the best interview, how to basically be professional and the different types of qualities we were looking for in our business. But it was also a hands-on experience. We actually showed them what a career in retail was like, in our case, which was, I think, very helpful. And then I think probably the most important aspect of the whole program was the follow-up. So we didn't just have this one-day event, kind of here today, and then we go on with our lives. We actually followed up with each individual and granted give them an interview experience and actually wound up hiring. And we've had 2 events so far, 40 participants, and we've hired 30 of the 40. And our 3rd event is slated for Chenango, New York next week, or the week after next, and we're really excited about that. So this whole thing has sort of taken off, and you can probably tell from my enthusiasm and long-winded nature to this question that it's pretty special to us. So.
Well, it helps get them in the door, and then what are some ways? Retail, I think, it can be a pretty challenging business. Fair to say, Laura? Okay, so how about ways to help them grow, and something you can share along those lines?
Well, the beauty of it is in retail, we always have needs. You know, with all that's going on and all the great information that Barbara shared earlier about unemployment, typically in our type of business and in many mass hiring type of businesses, good unemployment results create an inverse relationship with supply in terms of hiring in businesses like ours. So we need a lot of people. This is about like pragmatic need. This isn't about feel good. I mean, there's a lot of great feel good about it, but it's about legitimate business needs. And we need people, we need good people, we need to hire people. So it's that match made in heaven, so to speak, in terms of that. So.
Any final words about the positive results, and anything else you'd like to share with us about this whole program?
I think, you know, businesses are very receptive. I think we need to do better, starting with us. We're always trying to do better and to be better, but I think part of it is just involvement. And just something I'd like to give a plug for that's, I think, really important. There's an organization headed up by John Robinson called the Business Leadership Network, run by the Our Ability Alliance. And I think we all know that very well from the ACCES-VR world and some of these other great organizations that are present here today. I would just encourage everyone, if you don't know what the Business Leadership Network is, I would encourage you to look at it, contact John, join, because what we really are trying to do with this effort, it's about all businesses. It's not just about our company. We're trying to transcend through all the great organizations and work that these great groups are doing to basically employ the underemployed based on legitimate needs that we have. So join the BLN, look at the BLN, and let's keep this thing moving forward. And we're so appreciative for today. This is just such an honor. Thank you all very much.
Anything on that?
I really hadn't intended to speak at all today because, as you can tell, my compatriot, Mike Miller, our Vice President of Human Resources Operation, is a driving force for us. This is an unspoken commitment that our company has from the top down, and the fact that we have leadership at store level and leadership at the corporate level that is committed, it makes it truly fulfilling for us to recognize that as we look for quality teammates who are reliable and loyal and come with great attitude and want to contribute meaningfully to the work they do within our stores and within our community, to recognize that there's a cast of people who are a part of this grand team inside and outside of our business, and to be recognized on a statewide level is really quite overwhelming.